Testing. I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And we doing filmographies.
So we're talking about Crooklyn.
Crooklyn.
It's from 1994, PG-13.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock. It's a bad name for a movie.
Oh.
I never ever wanted to see this movie because it's confusing to me.
Why do they call it Crooklyn?
It's probably just something people say about Brooklyn. They call it Crooklyn.
Sure, but usually because of maybe crooks or...
Yeah, there's not really a lot of... Well, there's...
It's crooked, maybe? Yeah. I don't know.
But the cover of the box is like a family on the stoop.
Mm-hmm.
That's charming, but then it's called Crooklyn. And you're like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, the cover on the box is like quintessential 90s urban stylings.
Yeah.
Fonts and like weird triangles upside down and squiggly lines.
That shit.
Yeah.
What do they have in the...
It's like in living color.
The credits, which the transfer was muted. I feel like the color should have popped in this thing, and it did not look good to me, really.
The whole shit they were doing when she's down in the South just made me want to throw up.
Yeah. That wasn't smart.
I mean, I get the intent.
Yeah, but it just looks shitty. It looks like somebody doesn't know how to crop video properly.
Yeah, and what they did was they shot it in widescreen.
Then squished it.
Without anamorphically adjusting the image. It just...
Makes them long.
It's terrible. I mean, it's immediate. As soon as it cuts to that, it's immediate. And you realize something's off.
I was like, I think there's something wrong with this. This doesn't look right.
I was like, did I hit standard format on my remote or something and I didn't know it all of a sudden?
I was like, is this supposed to like represent her being uncomfortable?
Mm-hmm. But it just goes on for too long.
It's forever. It's like 20 minutes of the movie.
It stops once she gets back.
Mm-hmm.
It should have gradually receded within those very few moments.
Yeah.
You know, she's no longer worried about her surroundings because she's taken it in. She's just still doesn't like it, even though she seems to like it just fine.
Yeah, it seems like it should have melted away kind of quickly, actually.
Yeah, it was too much.
She seemed like she was thriving, actually.
This movie had an estimated budget of $14 million.
Okay.
Worldwide gross, $13.6 million.
Yeah, I feel like this did not do very well. I saw somebody was real nasty about this. One of the reviews is like, Spike, what happened? What had happened here?
He was burned out after Malcolm X. Originally, Joali and the other sibling, Cinque Lee, maybe? Cinque with a thing over it. Cinque?
I don't, sure.
Cinque?
Oh.
Maybe. They originally wrote the script as a pilot for Nickelodeon.
Okay.
A test pilot was screened for inner city children, and they disliked it. So Spike Lee jumped on, and they converted it into a screenplay for this movie.
Interesting.
You know, this movie was fine. It was a little underwhelming to me, but God, I got to applaud this guy. He's just making like every type of movie, much like Woody Allen. Like, you've given me this opportunity, right? I've manifested this dream of mine into a reality that people are now paying me to do these things. I'm just going to do something.
Feels like a secret.
You love this movie.
This is my favorite Spike so far.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I love it. I love it so much. I thought it was really good.
It's not my least favorite. And Malcolm X was underwhelming as well to some extent, but it felt like it just was missing something.
I think you just didn't click with it. I thought it was like such a well-realized group of people. I loved their personalities, and I thought it was so interesting, and the dynamic between the parents. I would laugh so hard when the mom would flip out. When she is waking them up to clean, I was laughing hysterically. I love that lady. She's getting those motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just kind of felt like it was more of a natural slice of life than maybe I expected it would be.
Sure, you expect a couple extra layers of things happening.
Some of the ancillary obstacles presenting more of a immediate challenge, like the girls, the tough girls or whatever, and the one that takes the money, the food stamps, when she steals all the food, and then the girl pushes her down and takes the food stamps that her mother had given to her, or runs away. I thought maybe she's gonna go fight her or something.
No, it's just like a thing that happens in the neighborhood.
Yeah, no, I know that now.
I love this movie.
Hey, good, man. I love that you loved it. And
Too many needle
you.
drops a little bit.
Yeah, their house was confusing.
What? Their house is wonderful. Can you imagine that?
It's
3
confusing.
levels of brownstone?
Yeah, but at first it seems like it's one level, but when he's yelling at, what is his name? Star Eye? Tony Eyes.
Who's that?
That's the neighbor.
You're a pig. You come from a whole family of pigs.
David Patrick Kelly.
Oh.
He plays two
What'd
characters.
you call his name? Yeah, I saw the second
Tony
guy.
Eyes.
Tony Eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony Eyes.
Yeah.
The other character's name is Sam, I believe. Or Joe.
His
It's
other
Joe.
his other guy? That he
Yeah,
plays?
which I thought
Like-
was the same guy.
I thought, yeah, because they're both musicians.
And he's singing religious stuff.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, this is where he's... I thought she was going to look at the TV and be like, Tony Eyes?
Yeah.
She looks at the TV and could care less. You know what? You're going to give me that synopsis because we're about to roll off a cliff with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Is this the one where you're going to blow my mind?
No, although, let me just say this if I could real quick.
Okay.
This was Bokeem Woodbine's film debut.
Crooklyn?
Uh-huh.
I don't think I noticed Bokeem Woodbine in this.
Yeah, he was playing the board game with them. He popped up 2 or 3 times throughout the movie. What was the other guy's name? The singer. Tommy Lala. He kept singing.
Oh, Jose Zuniga?
Yeah, whenever he was around, every now and again, Bokeem would be up like a couple steps above him.
Oh.
I think he was there when Vic first shows up, Isaiah Washington.
Uh-huh.
You're like, who the hell is this? And he's giving everybody dap, and they're all like
This guy's
complimenting
the coolest guy
how cool
ever.
he is.
Yeah.
I think Bokeem's there for that scene.
How young is he? He's like one of the little
I don't know
kids?
his actual age, but I mean, he's probably 17, maybe.
Jeez, I didn't even notice him.
Maybe not that young, but he looks like he's like 16, 17. And then I will say,
We should pull shots?
yeah, let's do that.
Are we doing this before I read the synopsis?
I don't know. When do we normally do it? Read the synopses. We're already belaboring this process.
Brooklyn. Growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant in the 70s, young Troy, Zelda Harris, must contend with her 4 older brothers, a bunch of glue-huffing junkies, and a gaggle of vicious neighborhood girls, while Troy's struggling musician father, Woody, Delroy Lindo, must contend with disappointing his exhausted wife. But those are the breaks when you live packed like sardines, and everyone is trying to steal a little time to themselves in Crooklyn. They aren't packed like sardines, though. They have a spacious-ass house.
They do, but like I said, originally it just felt like one level.
Yeah.
But then when he got up to yell at Tony Eyes for jumping on his keyboard, which was like totally Edward Scissorhand, the crazy lady and her religious organ.
Oh, sure.
But he's yelling at him. He walks through just like an open arch doorway, and there's stairs. So I'm like, well, there's no door in their apartment?
No,
But then I realized they're just,
wall.
it's the whole thing. Because then later, they keep going in through the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, what? They have a basement entrance? But then the lady's like, hey, you in number 4. So does she own all of the houses together? Because there isn't one apartment. Like Tony, he doesn't live in the basement of the family's house. He lives in
hangs out there.
the basement of the next house.
Yeah, and then the mom hangs out in the basement sometimes too, like when she's in the window. So
Right.
they're all hanging out in their own separate basements.
But it
Yeah,
feels like
they're-
the woman and the old woman who are always outside.
Uh-huh.
She keeps yelling like they're her tenants. She goes, where's my rent?
I don't think they're talking to them. They must be renting out rooms within their brownstone because seems like they're like.
Well, Isaiah Washington and that lady is renting out a room in the family's house.
Yeah, but where? Just
At
top
the
floor.
Top floor, I
But
guess.
the kids
yeah.
were up there too because they come to. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
it's a massive house.
when we
Reminds
are
me
we
of safe room.
what are we starting with?
Let's hit this drink.
Hit it.
Hit this
Hit it.
slag.
Don't quit it.
Ha!
Fuck.
Damn it.
Well, I was gagging on that sake the other night.
Oh, I didn't have any of
pouring
that.
cups of it. I took a big swig and I'd be like, this is so fucking gross. It makes me want to throw up.
Masu used to do a sake flight.
And then when you're walking home, you're like, oh man, I got shit in my sakis because I drank too much. Shit in my sakis.
Yeah, that is what it's like. So this movie starts, and we're just watching everyday life in Bedford-Stuyvesant in 1973. And kids are playing. People are doing stuff.
Was this when they're playing stickball in the street and they're breaking windows?
I think that might be slightly later.
I just am always horrified. Like, I guess you live in the city, you want to be able to play stickball, right? But there's nowhere to hit that ball. You're going to hit a window.
Well, you don't hit it across the street. You hit it at least the length of the street. Because that way, at least if you just knock a dinger, as long as it doesn't drift, it'll just go down the street.
Yeah, maybe hit old lady in the head. She drops dead right there.
Right.
And you go take her shoes.
But these are the breaks. I guess none of these kids knew what any of these games were, so Spike had to teach them.
Yeah.
So they're like, what is this? Where's our Game Boy?
Right.
And Tony is it Tony Lala? What's that guy's name? I forget now. Tommy Lala. He's doing like a Supreme song.
Oh,
They're just like, shut up.
He's charming.
He can't sing.
I like him.
I don't get who he is. Because he watches their house when they leave.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He might live like across the street. He might like walk the dogs in the neighborhood. Like he's got some function in the neighborhood.
I thought maybe the landlady and old lady were like his family.
I don't know. It's wonderful, the sense of community they have there, though.
It's insane, actually. Because, I need a Tommy Lala just kind of hanging about.
If my neighbors try to talk to me, I spit in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's just life, man. Woody's, Delroy Lindo. I hate the name Woody for him, by the way.
Okay.
And Alfre Woodard is just their mama. I forget her name.
Carolyn Carmichael.
Somehow this is based on Spike Lee. Is the kid with the broken arm Spike Lee?
I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The littlest one?
Yeah.
Because he's a low guy?
And he's a bitch.
He's almost 70.
Yeah. I mean, he was 30-something when he made this.
He should come hang out before he's too old to.
He should bounce us on his knee.
Little Spike Lee's going to bounce our big asses on his knee?
Yeah.
I'm fat and tall.
Yeah.
All right.
He could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't remember exactly what happens, but
his body might be so bony, his knee just goes right up your asshole, and suddenly it turns into something else.
Could be.
Oh!
Now we're one man. When his knee goes in your butt, it fuses.
Oh, I'm one man with Spike.
Yeah.
I thought you said we were joining, and I was
in.
like, well, how?
No. Unless we merge first.
We're both on a knee.
And then he rocks both of us at the same time.
And our asses swallow him up, and then we're butt to butt, and we're like, hey, we killed Spike Lee, he's in our butts.
Mm-hmm. When he walks around, we're pointing off of his knees.
That's sad. I'm
he
sad
does
for
a
him.
suit walk.
What a bad end for Spike.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the summer, man, whatever. Kids are being kids. The brothers are razzing each other. They're razzing the sister. They're not listening to their mother.
The oldest one's super into basketball.
Yeah, he's a asshole. There's a chubby one. And Spike Lee, chubby one, the asshole. Zelda. I feel like there's one more.
There's 5 altogether.
Yeah, there's a 4th boy. Who's the very youngest. He keeps running, Mama.
Isn't it the one with the broken arm that we think is Spike
No, I
Lee?
think there's one younger than him.
Is there?
I think, a bit more of a baby,
I
maybe?
thought broken arm was the one that was always snitching.
Yeah, everybody's always snitching. They're getting stitches one day.
Yeah.
Delroy's struggling with his music. He can't write shit, but he doesn't want to play rock and roll. I guess he was fairly lucrative just being either a studio session musician or just a backing guy in a band. I don't know.
But jazz is out of fashion, and now he doesn't have any time to work on anything. Although it does seem like isn't he a jazz boy?
It seems like when he puts on his concert, it's a little bit more classical.
Maybe I should say jazz guy. Let's not call him jazz boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it does. I don't know.
He's all bring.
Maybe I just say the jazz because of Spike's dad, right? He was a jazz guy.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting the hopes of, and that wasn't in there. And
you can't be creative when you have a bunch of kids, even though he's not the one raising them.
Yeah.
They're just eating at your brain 24/7.
Uh-huh. Well, and Delroy's British, right?
Yeah. Did you feel like you heard a pop out here and there, or else you heard Archie?
No, I actually had to look it up again because I was like, I know he is, but let me just double check because I'm not getting any of that. And if I hadn't ever have found out, I would have never known.
No, I agree with that. I felt like I heard a little bit of his post-stroke Archie, whatever his name is, from Malcolm
West Andy.
for a minute.
West
Indy
Archie. And the mom, she went back to being a teacher because there's no money. And, she's balancing the books. He's raising these fucking kids. Delroy's just at his piano. And shit's coming to a head, and it's hot. One night, they break into a fight. The mom tells the kids to turn off the TV because they're yelling downstairs about he bounced a check.
Yeah.
He keeps bringing home treats and shit cake and ice cream or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to be a cool guy. And so they're fighting. She's like, you're a worthless bum. You need to get some sort of job, man. You got to help us.
And he's like, I used to be the only one with money and I would take care of you guys.
Didn't I take you guys to Bloomingdale's? She's like, what have you done for me lately?
Mm-hmm. I am disappointed in him, though, too, because it's like, dude, if you just worked like 2 days a week, you guys would be doing a lot better.
Yeah, because here's the thing. We don't ever see him like caring for these children.
No, he's like up in that room or
so
out
he's
wandering
not like
around.
a stay-at-home involved
She's
dad.
Doing everything and working full time.
He could at least get some sort of a part-time job or something. Yeah. But yeah, he's a selfish asshole in here. So she goes up to yell at the kids, and the kids are talking that sass, and a fight breaks out.
Mm-hmm.
And Delroy Lindo comes in and picks up the mom who's holding one of the kids, the biggest kid.
She was gonna whoop his ass because he won't turn off that fucking basketball game. And he's
so.
talking shit right to her face. Yeah.
Little fucker. And now it's like a weird tug of war thing, and I'm not sure like what's happening.
Delroy picks her up to separate her from the fight, but then he's trying to be like, I just want peace. But like
he eventually says that, yeah, but during all of it, they make their way down the stairs. It looks like every various different points, somebody's gonna fall backwards and die.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, is this good-natured family tickle fighting?
I feel like it just got out of hand because I feel like he just was separating them, but then whatever their battle from downstairs affected them.
Of course, because then she says, you need to leave. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, this is serious. I mean, it was physical and was awkward, but it didn't feel like one way or the other to me.
Get out there and get shorty and feel Minnesota.
He calls up his brother.
On the good fight.
Vondi Curtis Hall.
Yeah.
Good to see him.
From the Night House.
And Ghost Dog.
Nope, that's not him.
I know. And it's funny because I struggled to remember what he was from, and now that you mention it, yeah, it immediately comes back to me.
Well, his name's so memorable that when I saw the cast, it's like, oh, Vondi Curtis Hall.
Yeah,
Vondi's
exactly in here. Awesome. So he's Delroy's brother. He comes to pick him up. He leaves. And, Delroy comes by like a day later and gives Zelda some candy and a flower to give to the mom because she goes, you need to take her out on a date. And he goes, yeah,
So, couple things.
Mm-hmm.
We have skipped over the introduction of T-Bird.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Tony Eyes.
But his real David Patrick
Kelly.
Okay. I laughed so hard. Okay, number one, when they're panning to the people on the stoop and you see him dusting behind the bars in the basement apartment, he looks like such a creep, and it's made me laugh hysterically.
Oh, yeah. I mean, God, he's always wearing like a baby tank.
Yep. Coke bottle glasses.
Polyester yellow pants.
Black wig.
Platform shoes.
And then they cut to him playing that keyboard in his house.
With all of his Sharpays.
I guess. And like, it's so funny. He's rocking hard. That song's not that bad. I'm amused by it. I like it.
Yeah, you'd think Delroy of all people would be like, you do you, brother, because he's trying to do him.
You know what, though? He's got so much dog poop in his house
that
everybody hates him. If he was just him without the poop smell, I feel like people wouldn't fuck with him. They would be like a little annoyed with his music, but that's it.
Although later when Delroy goes, look, man, your shit stinks. If you need help, I'll come over and help you clean it up.
That changes the world.
Really?
He needs help. He can't see the poops. His glasses are too thick.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 2.
They're Pepsi poops. You can't see them with his Coke bottles.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. The glue heads, Spike Lee and the other guy.
I was going to mention those if you weren't going to.
Well, because when she says take mom out on a date, it's when she's coming out of her glue assault haze.
Oh, that's right. He wakes her up. Is she sick? She's sweating and she's just coming off of the.
I think she
that didn't really happen.
OD'd on that, huh?
That didn't really happen.
You don't think that happened?
No.
Why not?
I think that was like a dream.
A fever dream?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because of the way it was like I don't know. I thought it was like she's dreaming. I think she literally goes to bed and then that happens and then.
I think she gets upset and leaves the house, and
I don't know. But either way, Spike Lee and some other guy who's got only one portion of his arm, one arm. I think they call him one arm.
He's got half an arm though.
Call him half arm, right arm, some shit like that. They're just glue addicts.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst Spike Lee role to date.
Okay, I got a kick out of him.
I think he's terrible.
The worst part about being a glue head is the horrible glue rim around your mouth.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right up there with old Goldface huffing that gold spray
Although
paint.
it wouldn't really be like that.
Isn't that what happens?
No, because you put the glue in the bottom of the bag and you're huffing the fumes. You're not going to huff it so hard that the bag's going to implode on your face. No, they're just sucking it. When you suck on a bag, it goes like this, not like an accordion.
But you can cram it up to your face.
You wouldn't, Jason. You know nothing.
I don't know. I never huff glue.
You need to.
I don't.
If you want to talk like an authority.
Well, they chased that poor girl down and fucking, give me your money. I don't have any money. I got food stamps. Give us those too.
You know, we take them.
Because they glue bag her face and she floats up into the sky.
So they're huffing glue. Eventually, the mom convinces Zelda to go down south to stay with her cousin.
It's not her sister. It's not her mom's sister.
Oh, you know what it is? I think it's Delroy Lindo's his brother is the husband, I think. She says something later about your brother.
Fondy Curtis Hall?
No, the other
different brother.
Yeah.
Oh, the one that lives there.
Yeah, her husband.
Okay.
I think that's supposed to be Delroy's other brother.
Man.
I think if I heard correctly.
That guy looks like fucking every middle class dude that's mowing his lawn on a Saturday in his polo shirt.
He looks like the neighbor from Family Guy that had his own TV show. Cleveland? Yeah.
Okay.
God, he's great because he loses his shit, but then he goes back into like husband mode. I loved him. I like the dumb lady too. She's pretty good.
His wife? Yeah. They're kind of shitters a little bit, just a pinch, but they're good people. And like, they're not like, it's not a mommy dearest torture situation.
No.
They think they're doing what's best. They're not mean to her.
No, not at all. So yeah, so they drive down. Tommy Lala watches the house. Don't worry, Mr. Whatever your name is in the first letter of it.
Yeah.
I'll take care of your house. You know, and they go, all right, just start singing if anybody shows up looking for trouble, and they'll drive them away and they'll have a good laugh. And they drive down to, I think, Maryland.
They're driving for a while.
It
reminds me of Daddy Long Legs when he's just like driving for a day.
It's weird because they have all this luggage and shit. So I'm like, oh, the family's going on a trip. No, I guess they're just dropping Zelda off. But I think they also said they were dropping one of the boys off at a different location.
It's so weird to think about living in like the deep city and traveling, trying to get out of there. Because they travel, everybody travels for so long in these movies.
And it's just a manicured cul-de-sac suburb.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Straight up suburbia.
Maybe of Baltimore. I don't know. I'm not a, Marylandian to say for sure.
I don't know.
And so now she's there and the camera's all weird.
Shouldn't they in like North Carolina? It could be in North Carolina.
It could be. They may have gone through Maryland into North Carolina.
Yeah, it seemed calm,
It does seem a little
I
like
thought I
that.
saw Robert Longstreet.
People are just on walks to
As a
remember
child.
and shit.
Yeah.
And so they drop her off. The camera's weird. It makes me want to vomit. And they got a light-skinned daughter.
But it's not their daughter.
It's not their daughter.
How is she related to them?
She is their daughter, but adopted.
Yeah. But isn't she from, it's a regular adoption, or she has been brought over from another family member that couldn't provide for her?
No, I think it's just they regularly adopted her.
Oh, she's a good kid.
Yeah. I think this is like the only thing she's been in.
Oh, really?
I looked her up a little bit, and it says actress, but this was the only thing that popped up.
You would think maybe you date her now. You're like, she seems cool.
No, I mean, but maybe
Yeah.
I'd go to her for like personal or business advice.
Based on what you saw in the movie?
Based on her personality as a human being, Jason. So they're having like a good girl summer. It's a real brat summer. They're riding bikes. They're listening and singing to gospel TV shows with this guy who's
David
David Patrick Kelly, but he's a different guy.
They're torturing the Pomeranian.
Why do you think he's a different guy? I mean, why do you think that they decided he's going to play these two roles that
I think
are
Spike likes him.
so much the same role, but they're not the same guy?
I don't know if they're really all that similar other than the music thing.
It feels like that music thing fell out, and now he's this.
Maybe whoever was going to do it wasn't around, or maybe they're like, hey, without all that shit on him, he looks real Conway Twitty-like.
Mm-hmm.
Spike clearly likes David Patrick Kelly.
How's that clear?
He's been in some of his stuff. Like he was in Malcolm X in a real small role. And then he brings him back for two things here. He saw something in him. Am I too into T-Bird? Like, I feel like I thought we were both on the same page. Or like,
no, I'm not dogging on him specifically. I'm just saying I need you to tell me what you think is going on here, because that's a bold statement.
Well, I feel like you see it happen in these movies where people have smaller roles and they get bigger roles later on. Or you see them pop up more, like they clearly have a working relationship and they know about their skill level and want to see it in another one of their movies.
That's what I was expecting from Mike from Deer Hunter in Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is the
that's
white
it?
guy. Yeah.
He's just the white guy?
Yeah.
You get Mike, you need to, something.
There's rats in here.
I wonder if he inadvertently thought David Kelly was that guy
No,
when he ran into him later.
I don't think so.
He goes, oh, hey, remember when you were in my other movie? And he's just like, oh, yeah.
Nah, man, he spent the day with him making David Patrick Kelly call that little boy the N-word and tell him he can't be anything other than a mechanic. He's like, I like this guy's delivery. I don't know.
So ultimately, she ends up coming back.
Wait, goddamn.
No.
This is one of the funniest fucking moments in this movie. There's been a lot of funny moments. They keep picking on that Pomeranian. They're torturing it all the time.
Yeah.
They go to open up that sofa bed, and that dog has been missing, and the mom's been looking around for that dog. When they open it up, the dog rockets out.
Let me ask
and
you.
is dead. She killed it? They killed it?
Well, there's no way the dog's going to climb in there.
No.
Kind of feels like
Yeah.
maybe she
Stuck
killed the
on-
dog.
For sure.
It was so awkward also when the dad was driving Zelda to the airport
Uh-huh.
and they were leaving the house because the daughter was like, all right, bye. And then she keeps slowly walking alongside the car, just doing this.
Uh-huh.
And Zelda's just in the car staring at her. It's like, this is
Yeah, it's weird.
psychotic.
Well, no, they mean something to each other. I think more so the girl that lives there feels more strongly about her and Troy's
Sure.
relationship.
It would have been nice if we would have seen her come to the city.
I feel like maybe that happens in the future at some point.
Years later.
Yeah.
She runs away from home when she's like 15, 16.
Maybe, or maybe they just meet up as cousins and they love each other. now.
No,
They're
it's got to
best
be the way I
friends.
say it. So she comes home and all of a sudden, oh shit, Mom, my mother's dying.
Uh-huh.
She's got some sort of, we know it's cancer, but
Yeah.
she's got some sort of weird thing going on. It's the 70s.
Mhm.
Is it carcinogens? Is it Reaganomics? What's going on, you know?
Trickle down illness?
Because her and Delroy do get back together. It's kind of dumb, but so, oh no, Mom is sick. And then, oh wait, oh, she's dead now. And then we meet Joie Lee when she comes back from the airport.
Yeah.
She's got a real bouffant hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably her worst role.
Well, I liked her in this.
And I hated her.
Really?
Yeah, to
Man,
the core.
when that mom dies in this, it fucked me up bad.
You said that.
I was crying down here.
I figured that's when you cried.
The amount that it moves on, like they find out when the Delroy reveals it's cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just kind of shifts over, and it takes a minute before you realize, oh, they're going to the funeral.
Yeah.
Fuck. They're such little kids, man, and this is such a change.
Mhm.
And like you and I have been going through death, and like my girlfriend dealt with her father dying of cancer,
Yeah.
and just like there's an ugly sadness to it, and just thinking about these little kids going through it, it fucked me up. It was sad.
At the very beginning of the movie,
Uh-huh.
Zelda's sleepwalking and she's peeing in her brother's room. Later, after the mother does die, she is having a dream that she's there in the house. She's running down the stairs. Mom and Dad, stop fighting. Mom and Dad. And then she catches her dad trying to kill a rodent underneath the stove. He
That's
goes,
a dream?
your mother's dead. She was dream walking.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But so the funeral is happening.
Mhm.
And this is earlier in the movie when whether it was real or not, when she's being chased by Spike in one arm and they put the bag on her and she starts just getting all fucked up. She just starts Spike Lee soaring off into the sky like she's Bjork
Mhm.
at the end of that one video.
I hate Bjork.
Remember that quiet? Shh.
I don't know. I have a horrible aversion to Bjork.
You know,
I can handle her as an actress, but the music is like somebody stabbing me in the brain.
I think she has an incredible voice, but sometimes the content and structure of the songs are a little difficult to.
I listen to what my girlfriend would call obnoxious music sometimes, like
We would
Joanna
all call
Newsom,
it that.
right?
Yeah.
But I cannot handle Bjork.
Mm.
But Bjork is
But
too
Bjork,
much for
she
me.
spawned all these new New Bloods, though.
Take your ice cubes
Mm.
and
Remember that song where she's talking about, I don't know, something.
Army of me.
Mhm.
I just remember like Bjork videos coming on MTV and just
You
being
loved them.
mad about it.
Because it's Michel Gondry.
Fuck, there could be a
Cunt.
good song here,
Yeah.
but instead they're playing Bjork.
If you complain once more, it means that I love you.
Is that real words?
Pretty damn sure.
Is she the dancer in the dark?
Who knows?
And
But here's the thing, though. Now they're at the funeral,
yes,
right?
they're breaking.
And the big
legs.
brother comes up and he grabs Zelda's hand. They have a good moment. I like that.
They sit next to each other on the couch, and she's sad,
Yes.
and he reaches out for a hand.
And then
It's so tender. It's beautiful.
and he's a little bit of a prick still because he's like, I'm still your brother or whatever. And then all of a sudden the young boy comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda, he done take my... Or no, her name is Troy,
Yeah.
the character. He
Who's
took my money. Who took your money? Spike Lee and that other guy. And we are treated to the best float walking yet. Denzel had the cake.
Uh-huh.
And he just said, "Excuse me, Denzel," and they took it from him because we got two children float walking, and Troy's raising the stick over her head, and she's just like, and she just whacks the shit out of Spike Lee's brain.
Nucky, that's what you get.
Troy, what you do that for?
Tired of being terrorized by you and Bite here. Go sniff on your own block. Yeah.
He's just you can see it trickling down his fro. I rewound it. This was fantastic.
That was good.
Absolutely fantastic. Spike Lee, phew.
Mm-hmm.
That's Spike Lee floating, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Because nobody else does it.
And if they did, we'd be like, fuck you.
You would be, but if used correctly, sparingly.
Yeah.
So, they're all happy now, and she's kind of raising everybody because she's the mama now, and she's pulling their hair when she's combing it. And
She probably got tits because,
she's been trying to get titties all the movie.
The whole movie, she sees RuPaul dancing with the shop.
Yeah, we didn't mention
second
that.
shop guy.
That was so psychotic. It felt like something out of maybe like, I don't know, Natural Born Killers or something. It just was so completely insular and out of place, but like spectacular.
Yeah.
It's just like, immediately I was like, is that RuPaul?
I was like, I'm pretty sure.
How long has RuPaul been RuPauling? I don't know.
Oh, for a long
Apparently
time.
For a long ass
yeah,
time.
yeah, early 90s, right? Probably before
Probably,
that.
yeah, way before that.
Famously, RuPaul since the early 90s. Probably underground RuPaul since the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw RuPaul strutting around, I was like...
I was like, is it in slow motion now? It feels like it's slow motion.
Did
but
it?
Yeah, when she's taking the chips and going up to the counter. It's everything's slow motion.
It's
but
hypnotic. She's hypnotized
feels
by...
like they're moving like they're in slow motion, but it's not really slow motion. Yeah, it's weird. And then she's just like, "You want to fuck me or whatever?" And
she's a prostitute or what?
I don't know. It's left to interpretation.
Yeah.
But Troy does try to steal chips earlier too, because her friend puts an ice cream cone up her shirt.
Yeah.
And walks out. They got a friend who's Puerto Rican.
Maybe.
And they're all like, she got that good hair.
Yeah, they're real mean to her.
Yeah, good hair is a real staple of Spike Lee's films.
Yeah, because that's one of the big things that happens when she goes down south to stay with her auntie or whoever that is.
Good hair is Spike Lee's Quentin Tarantino's feet.
I mean, it's a little more respectable. It's like the backbone of probably not the back.
He has a documentary.
Is he's the one who does
called
good hair?
Good Hair. Yeah, I saw it.
I think Jenny saw it and really liked it. The toxic amount of shit you put in your hair to try to get that good hair.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say. Good hair, I had good hair when I had hair.
Yeah.
It's like real Jimi Hendrix like. When I grew it into a fro, it wasn't like a curly fro.
You did have a nice looking fro in the pictures I've seen, yeah.
Yeah, you turned down. It's weird.
Yeah.
So, the movie's effectively over.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's everybody, and
yeah,
nothing's really changed except the mom's dead.
They're older. They're wiser.
Slightly,
They've been through the
like
shit.
1
They're
year
probably
older.
going to stop being shitters as much as they were because reality kicked them all in the dicks.
You completely brushed over Isaiah Washington's character.
Yeah.
He was from he went to Nam.
What do you mean I brushed over you? You're
Yeah.
the plot guy.
No.
It's me?
He's from Nam. He went to Nam.
Yeah.
And he's got shrapnel in his back.
And he's like the smooth motherfucker. They all love him.
Yeah,
like
except
he's the cool young guy.
When Con Edison turns off the power because they didn't pay, he goes, I need my lights, man.
Yeah, I got disorders.
I gotta
need
have my
the
lights on
I have to be able to read
all the time.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, I got you some candles.
They're pretty upset about this.
She goes, well, how about we don't pay you rent? He goes, well, you don't even live here. She goes, well, I don't live here now.
And she keeps talking about how, like, I gave you guys food stamps just to be nice to you and help you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you fuck us over by removing our electricity. We still got hot water and gas, which is like a good point, but like electricity is a big deal.
I mean, at least back then, all you'd be missing out is maybe the radio.
He needs lights, Julie.
You wouldn't be missing
lights.
out on like your internet and your Netflix and your porno or whatever the hell people do.
Are you accusing me of looking at pornography?
No, not you. Like people.
Thank you. I'm a pure
we do.
Christian.
Yeah,
Thank
I don't even know what that is. I just heard the word, and I hear people do it.
There's some show called We Doing Boners. I'm gonna find those guys. I'm gonna fucking
gonna kill
kick them.
them.
I'm gonna punch them.
Cut their heads off.
I'm gonna stick crosses up their buttholes.
And it ends to a pretty dope rap song made for the movie called Crooklyn, and they're showing footage from Soul Train.
Wonder if I watched it or if I just turned it
The
off.
credits.
That was pretty.
You never
fucking
watched the
wrecked.
credits?
I don't know, man. It fucked me up.
I watch them until they're done.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just turned that shit off. I almost turned off Sinbad when there was like as soon as like they solved the problem, I almost turned it off.
So the movie's over, and it's a decent Spike Lee movie. Not my favorite.
I respect Spike Lee so much. I like a lot of his movies a ton. This is the one that I connected with the most.
Yeah.
I felt like it was really emotionally in my wheelhouse. Now, it
Yeah.
seems really left field that suddenly this fucking mom dies because there was like not really hints of that coming. But I guess, that happens in real life too. Just like somebody's fucking snatched out of the world.
Especially in 1973. They didn't know about that shit.
The way that family deals with it, though, like they'll just soldier on.
Yeah.
That is some heartbreaking shit. I love this movie. I think it's really great.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bitch, a simp, a mark. But Do the Right Thing is just...
No, I know, but he can't do that every time.
No.
He's also a really talented filmmaker that's exploring other things.
No,
that are
I'm not saying
interesting
it's to do the right thing every
Yeah.
time. It's just... The reason that movie works is because it's so well realized. And this just sort of feels like projects are coming out, and he's making them, while they're hot.
Dude likes making movies.
I'm not arguing with his ability or his intent.
No matter what I come at you with,
It's just that for me, it just sort of feels like, okay, they're fine explorations, but they're not as fleshed out. To me.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know, whatever. What would you give this movie?
You don't like kids.
I do not like movies that are led by children, no.
What would I give this movie? Man, I like somewhere between an 8 and an 8.5.
Wow. Okay. I think I'm going to give it a... you're going really high.
I'm gonna float back and forth between those two.
I'm going to go with a 5.5.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Solid performances, nothing offensive, but nothing that really I latched onto.
Oof, I laughed, I connected, I cried. I really don't think you can do much better than that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Spike Lee. What do you give him?
I was amused by him as the fucking glue head, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really am still amused as shit by Spike Lee as the actor,
Yeah.
especially when it's in little snippets like this and it doesn't. Sometimes he feels a little wooden, right? But also it feels like it fits the character and the movie, and it's fine. Fucking glue guy. Not at all, right? He's just a glue guy.
Yeah.
He exists as that guy. It's not a problem even a little bit. He's also quite funny when they're chasing that girl down.
Yeah, so again, it feels like Do the Right Thing was his actorial apex thus far. He was part of an ensemble leading up, and Do the Right Thing, he's basically the
Front and
leading
center,
role. And then he's not in Malcolm X hardly at all after a certain point.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a bigger character.
Yeah, and in here, he's barely in it.
Right.
So it sort of feels like he's starting to remove himself a little bit.
I mean, probably as he needs to be, and maybe he never feels like he needs to be again.
Yeah. I mean, I think I would hope that he's more focused on the directorial aspect of it.
Mm.
He can get good people in.
he's able to realize his vision without having to put himself in the mix to make it happen the way he wants it to.
Yeah.
He can have other people do that for him now. He's
And-
got the power and the vision and the ability.
Yeah, and he can afford to not have to be any of the roles and trust that somebody else could that he can afford to get.
My score,
Yeah. 7.
I was going to give him a 7 because I really,
Yeah.
man, when he's chasing her, like, give us that 2. Silas got food stamps, that 2. All right, this has been so much fun. I'm really just loving the Spike Party, man.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been eye-opening.
Okay, you can find us on the Now Playing Network, nowplayingnetwork.net. There's cool podcasts there too. Listen to the Directors Club. Do you know Jim Lazikowski was talking to Keith Gordon about the best movies of some period of time? I don't remember what it was.
I don't either.
You didn't listen to it?
No.
You can find us on Instagram, Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, fucking X. I don't know. Look at our link tree on Instagram. We doing filmographies. Julian, how would they email us or call us? I don't know.
They can email us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com.
Ooh.
And they can call us on a number that they type into a rotary phone. They don't type it. You actually spin it. 763-634-1897.
Oh.
You can also rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, at which point, once it's cemented in stone and verified, we'll watch a movie that you will submit in your review. So that happens before this, but we have to make sure that the check clears.
And Jules likes to say it cannot be something we've already seen.
No, because that's just stupid.
Because trolls, man.
You're just dumb if you're doing that.
Yeah.
But it also has to be something that we can actually get our hands on. You know, it can't be like the
Dave the Clown cried?
the negatives of the moon landing or something weird, you know.
Do you think that's Jules? Jules, you're being silly right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. Some guy might challenge us in his aggressive review.
But that doesn't work. It's not a legally binding contract where they're like, I reviewed it, you have to do this now. We just ignore the thing and be like, that's cool. They reviewed us.
Kind of feels like we got to do it.
Love these guys. I need BTTF 123.
Yeah. What, bringing me the CIA copy of the JFK assassination, not the Zapruder film.
Oh, that's the one where it's first person. Yeah.
They just walk up, bang, bang.
Well, we'll see you next week with Clockers.
Yeah.
My name's been Jason.
My name has been Julian.
And we are
did them
doing the
filmographies.
Spike, give us a call.
Yeah.
You definitely want to hang out with us. We're cool.
Your mother.